Welcome, welcome everybody. Water here. Welcome, welcome. Hello, lovelies. Let me in my video. There we go. Lovely to see you all. We've got a few minutes, so I'll just welcome you guys in. As always, take your time to gather anything you might want. So if you want a drink, if you want layers, we had some beautiful sunshine earlier and now the clouds are coming in. So if you want some extra layers just to be really cozy and warm, please do gather those layers. If you can, make sure that you have just a cushion or a kind of blanket that you can fold up. Then maybe just have something soft nearby because we'll be using that at the beginning of the class. And we'll just take a little time. We'll take a minute or so just to allow everybody to arrive. Lovely, lovely. What I'll do is I'll pop everybody on mute and then let's share the screen. So I'll just pop some music on gently in the background. Lovely. Start that from the beginning, I think. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. So the first pose I'd like us to settle into today is if you just get like a cushion or a kind of small blanket, we're gonna lay onto the cushion. And we want it to be just kind of around where the back of the heart is, so where the shoulder blades are, just so that as we lay down and kind of let our arms fall wide and our head fall towards the earth, we're just getting this sense of opening through the heart and the chest. So if you want that to be quite gentle, get a small cushion. If you are happy for it to be a bit stronger, maybe a bolster. And the legs can be flat on the ground, or we can have soft knees, or really any way of laying down. So if you prefer even to have the soles of the feet together, you can do that. So take your time. We'll just take a little time to come into this place. So the cushion supporting the back of the body, we're gently opening through the heart, and then options to have legs falling out or long, or with the soft knees. So we're going to settle into this place of gently opening through the heart and the chest. You might want to close the eyes or let the gaze be soft. And we're just going to take our time to breathe here. So you guys will be upon the earth. I'll be seated just so I can talk to you a little easier. And we'll just take that time to settle, to arrive in our practice. Embracing and connecting to this idea of moving with yin, so with slowness, with easefulness, with receptiveness in the body. Taking our time to find a little stillness, find a little calm. I thought as we move through the weeks, it would be lovely for our Yin Magic just to connect with a very gentle theme of the elements of Chinese medicine with which Yin Yoga is beautifully intertwined. Now, the 5 elements of Chinese medicine are a little different to ours here in the West. We have earth, air, fire, water. In Chinese medicine, the wuxing are 5 beautiful elements that connect to energy and how energy moves. And they are water, wood, fire, metal, and earth. And I thought we'd work with metal today because that's an element we don't connect to in the West as much, but The idea and the energy of metal is that things can be held within metal. So cups and bowls and chalices can hold peace and calm. But they can also form boundaries. So as always, it's about finding that balance. And the part of the body that is connected to the element of metal is, as you might imagine, it's the lungs, because they hold the air, they expand and hold space. But they can also help us let go as we breathe out. So our gentle yin poses today will be working with this idea of the element of metal, of opening the lungs and the heart space. And maybe a little reflection on the things we might want to hold on to in our practice. So that might be calm, it might be self-love, it might be peacefulness. And then the things that we'd like to fall away, to pour away from that metal chalice. We might pour away any stresses or worries we've carried through the week. We might pour away any self-judgment or self-criticism. This lovely idea of letting go. And here, as we settle into our restful place, we can let go of the busy thoughts. We can let go, perhaps, of the noise and busyness of the world. Just a little chance to find a peacefulness. From our restful place upon the earth, all we're going to do from here is, if we're not already, we're going to bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. And then from here, we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out either side like a butterfly. And you can leave the arms wide on the earth if you like, or if you prefer, you can draw the hands in and let them rest upon the body. So they might rest upon belly or chest or heart, whatever feels comfortable for you. That idea of the lungs as being this beautiful element of holding and letting go can just help us with each inhale. We might draw in a little peace, a little calm. And each exhale, we're letting go. And you can exhale through the mouth if you want to sigh out any stresses or worries, feel free. It might be with each exhale we're releasing named things, whether that's stress or worry or something particular that's been bothering you. Or we might just enjoy a general sense of each exhale being a release of some kind for us. And we'll just take a few more lovely breaths here. Just got a late comer, I'm going to let them in now. If you've just joined us, we're just settling upon the earth, our knees are falling out, and we'll just rest in the hands. So we'll just take some time with the breath. And I had an idea that the lungs, in connection with the element of metal, can just help us hold as we draw in, and also help us release as we let go. Beautiful. So from this restful place, what we'll do is we'll draw the knees back together so the soles of the feet are going to return to the earth. Beautiful. And then from here, we're just going to roll to our comfortable side, and we'll just take a few breaths in that little yogi recovery pose. We're just taking a moment. And then when you feel ready, rise to an easy seat. So we'll draw up to an easeful seat, cross-legged. If you want to sit on cushions or blankets, feel free to do so. So we're finding our comfortable seat upon the earth, our comfortable place upon the ground. So this is easy seat, Sukhasana. So we settle our roots into the ground. We're thinking about gently rising through our spine. That image I often use of somebody just gently pulling you by a thread through the top of the head. Lovely. And the shoulders are just relaxed and they're falling away from the ears. We're gently opening through the heart space. We're going to breathe here. So if you want to close the eyes, you're welcome to do so. Or if you want to let the gaze be soft, our drishti point, our point of focus, can float to any soft gaze. So we're with that rise and fall of the breath, that connection with the earth beneath us, and this sense of gently rising. So it's two very gentle opposing forces of the grounding to the earth and the rising through the body. Again, that idea of creating space. We've got lots of lovely space for our breath, our organs. And then keeping hold of that nice tall spine, we're going to take a little spiral twist. I'll mirror you. So we'll take the right hand on our sort of left knee, left hand on the earth behind you, and we're just going to gently spiral the heart to the shoulders and the gaze. Maybe to the side of the room, maybe to the back of the room, whatever feels comfortable. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently unravel. We're going to take it around to the other side. Just using the hands to help guide that little spiral, that little journey. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to gently unravel back to center. And then from here, we're going to take wide legs. As always, just what is wide for you. So take it as gently as you like. Shift over a bit. There we go. So sit bones rooted in the earth. Once more, that idea of the grounding, the roots in the earth. What we're going to do here, again, I'll mirror you. So we're going to plant our left hand onto our left leg. But then we're going to turn our heart and our torso towards the right leg. From here, we're going to sweep the right hand to the sky, and then as if we're running along a little train track, we're just going to slide the hand along the leg. So we're creating a stretch through the side body here. Beautiful. So take your time. We're going to be here for a little while, so you can take the gaze up to the sky if you like. If it's easier on the neck, maybe you let the gaze fall to the earth. You can have the arms straight, or you can have a real kind of softness in the elbow. And we're slow breathe. Gorgeous. If anyone's got any issues with the shoulders and you just want to kind of let this hand fall and have that side stretch, that's absolutely lovely. That's another beautiful option. So we're finding our place of stillness, our place of yin within the pose. Breathing and settling. We'll take a few more lovely breaths wherever we are. And then when you're ready to rise up, you can just sweep the hand rising upwards. Beautiful. Take a little roll with the shoulders if you want to, just a little unravel. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So the hand goes to the leg. We rotate the heart, the torso towards the left leg. We sweep the arm and then we slide along that little train track. So we slide along the leg. Beautiful. So there's this sense of shining our heart, our lungs forwards. And again, taking your time. Can you find a place within the pose where we can just take a little time to breathe? A little time of stillness? Or maybe just that idea, that intention that we're working towards stillness. It's part of the challenge of these longer held yin poses, is to find our little restfulness, our place of calm within the pose. We'll take a few more breaths here if that's comfortable. As always, if you want to unravel, if you want to move, that's absolutely fine. And then once again, we can sweep the arm. We're back to upright. Beautiful. And you can take a reach, you can take a wiggle, whatever you like, just to unravel and roll through the shoulders and the arms. Gorgeous. So from here, we're going to move into a forward fold. So take your time to hinge from the hips long through the torso. We're just going to walk or slide the hands forward. And it might be this is just a little tilt for you. That's fine. If we're happy to hinge forward a little further, that's beautiful. We'll let the head hang. Take your time. I know wide legs can sometimes feel a little challenging. So take your time to get comfortable. If you want to bring your elbows onto cushions or bolsters, you can bring props in front of you. And we'll take our time to breathe here. So it might be that we think of letting go of the muscles of the neck and the jaw and the face as we settle and relax. Using the breath to help guide us into that place of letting go. when you're ready, we'll just slowly rise through head and arms. We're coming back to upright. Gorgeous. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to scoop the knees in. But from here, we're going to come back to the earth. So just check you've got some space behind you. We're going to bring the knees in and we can just roll or settle back upon the earth in this lovely little tuck position. So we're hugging our knees towards our hearts. Beautiful. And you can have a little movement here if you want to take a little wiggle of toes or feet. If you want to do a little circle with the knees, maybe one way and the other. You can bring a little gentle movement in. From here, we're going to move into happy baby. So with one hand on each knee, we're going to draw the knees wide and down towards the armpits. And if it's comfortable, we're shining the soles of the feet to the sky and we're taking hold of the outside edges of the feet. If that feels too much, you can always hold ankles, or you can just let the feet drop and you can hold onto the knees, each one this lovely kind of opening through the hips and the thighs. So we can find our place. Again, we'll be here for a little while, so take your time to find what's comfortable, what's restful. You can have a little sway side to side if you like, or you can hang out in stillness. This place of stillness, of restfulness can look different for us all. Sometimes making a little sway helps us settle and soften. Sometimes we're happy just to be still. Working towards finding that peaceful place. Beautiful. We're going to take just a few more breaths wherever we are. And when you're ready, what we'll do is we'll release the feet. We're going to hug the knees back in. So we're coming back into that lovely little tuck for a moment, just drawing it in. And then from this little tuck, we're going to expand out. So we're going to send the legs long along the ground and arms long overhead. So we're creating this beautiful long line through the body. And you can have a little wiggle or flex here if that feels nice. Wiggle fingers and toes or flex the feet. Just have a little sensation of extension as if you're trying to reach both sides of the room at the same time. Lovely. And then with hips and shoulders still flat on the ground, what we'll do is we'll come to our little crescent moon shape. So we're going to slide our hands to the top right corner of the mat and feet to the bottom right corner of the mat. So from above, we look like a little crescent moon shape. And take your time, you can do this as gently as you like. As if I've just come along and dragged your hands and feet over a little to the side. And then just when you're ready, we're going to journey it to the other side. So we're just going to slide the hands and feet over to the left side, again creating that crescent moon upon the earth. Taking your time to settle into your pose. And then from here, we're just going to come back to that long line upon the earth. And we're just going to have a final little stretch out here. So you might want to reach into the long line. You might want to spread out like a starfish. You might want to have a little wiggle and wobble. So this is just a little finding of space in a way that feels nice for you. Beautiful. And then when you feel ready to do so, what we'll do is we'll bring the arms back alongside the body. And we're going to take a moment to get ready for our final Shavasana, our meditation time. We're going to be here for 4 or 5 minutes. So if you think you might get chilly, please do put a jumper on or put woolly socks on or a blanket. So anything that's going to help you settle, feel free to give yourself a little time to find the things that will help you settle. Beautiful. Take as long as you like. Again, with that idea of the element of metal, it can help us feel strong and powerful, and that's gorgeous. But the other side of that coin is that sometimes we feel that we're trying to hold on to everything and be strong and not always give ourselves that opportunity just to let go. But as we settle here upon the earth, there's nothing we have to do. There's nobody we have to be. We've got a stretch of 5 minutes ahead of us where there are no tasks, no to-do lists, no phone calls, no emails. So we allow the body to settle, relax into the earth. Maybe the eyes are closed or the gaze is soft. The breath settles. And the mind softens. As we move through our days, our weeks, our attention and energy and awareness runs into hundreds of different threads out to people and places and projects. Maybe here, while we're thinking of that element of metal, we can imagine a little pair of silver scissors, and we're just going to snip those little threads and allow all those things that draw our energy and attention to to drift away as if we're snipping the line on 100 silver balloons, and they're all going to drift away into the world. Just letting the noise and busyness of the world fall away, float away, drift away. Find just a few precious moments, a few precious minutes with ease and of rest. May you find the balance you desire and need in the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, spirit and body, mind and soul. May you recognize the gradual, powerful rebirth happening within you. May you awaken to the potential and the blossoming your own self. And like the birds of springtime, may you always find your way home. And so, my beautiful yogis, perhaps the next inhale is just a little longer, a little deeper than the last. Maybe you wiggle fingers and toes, or make any luxurious twist or stretch or wiggle that feels nice for you as we begin to bring our awareness back to the room and back to the day. With eyes closed for just a moment more if you can, we'll gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. And we're just going to roll to one side in that little yogi recovery pose. We're just going to find our comfortable side and just take a couple of breaths there, just so that we don't ping up too quickly. And again, with eyes still closed, if you can, let's gently rise to an easy seat. It doesn't matter what way you're facing. You can bring the blankets with you if you like. We're just going to take a moment to hold a little of that restfulness and ease. Sit in that place, calm, unhurriedness. That beautiful sense of allowing our lungs, allowing our body to be like that beautiful silver chalice, filling up with all the things that nourish us and nurture us, and letting everything else fall away. To finish our practice today, we're going to take a nice deep inhale. We're just going to sweep the arms high, reaching to the sky. We're going to bring the palms together. We're going to exhale the hands to heart center in prayer. From here, we can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other, we say namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today, my darlings. I hope that you go forth and have a very beautiful Friday, a very lovely weekend, and hopefully we've snipped a few little silver balloons off on their way and we can travel into the weekend with a little calm and a little peace. So I'm going to send you my love. Go forth, have a lovely, lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. As always, drop me a message anytime if you have any requests or questions. So goodbye for now, my darling ones. Until next time.